Yo guys, your friendly neighborhood Azure here. So a new trailer for Pokemon Sun and Moon dropped, and there's a lot to talk about, so I want to get right into it. Well, before that, I should warn you that if you're trying to avoid spoilers, peace and love, you might want to bounce away. Though, you should probably just not be on the internet at all. Alright, so for those sticking around, let's get into the first major bit of information in the trailer. The two new Pokemon they show. For like a tenth of a second. Thanks to Coro leaking at about the same time as the release of the trailer, we actually have a good amount of info on these guys. The first Pokemon is a normal fighting type named Katella Guma in the Japanese games, and is known as the Strong Arm Pokemon. The information about it in Coro states that the Alola residents are actually afraid of it because of its immense strength, and they even have warning signs put up for it. It is said to be able to break anything in two, and since it likes to hug its trainers, raising one puts your life in danger. Alright, so this thing is pretty freaking scary. I think what adds to it is the fact that it's all pink and cute and has that emotionless face. Look how effortlessly it looks like it's breaking those logs.
That boy be hitting the gym.
I think stat-wise, we can obviously expect this thing to have an insane attack stat, but probably not be all that fast. They also list its abilities as Klutz and Fluffy. We know about Klutz already, but Fluffy is new and they don't say what it actually does. Personally, I have two theories. The first is that since its body is fluffy, it takes reduced damage from physical attacks. Of course, if this thing is an offensive monster, that could possibly be a little too good, which is where theory 2 comes in. Again, since its body is fluffy, it has reduced attack, maybe like a reverse of the huge power ability. You're probably wondering why they would do that when it's supposed to be really strong by design. Well, imagine this thing has a near slacking level attack stat. This ability will be a way to balance things out, and even with the stat cut in half, it will still be pretty powerful. Add this to the fact that its other ability, Klutz, is also negative, and it would make sense if they balanced the Pokemon through its abilities, like slacking with Truant and Regigigas with slow start. Of course, we have no information at all other than the name of the ability, so this is all just speculation on my part. Moving on, the next new Pokemon shown in the trailer that I want to talk about is a ghost fairy named Mewtwo. Depending on the translation, it's known as the False Colors or Disguise Pokemon and has an ability of the same name. Personally, I prefer the latter translation since it seems to fit the theme of the Pokemon a little better, considering it's disguising itself as a Pikachu. That's right, those little dots you see right there? Those are actually eye holes. The actual Pokemon is under the Pikachu-shaped cloth, and the tail is actually just a stick it carries to make the costume a bit more accurate. The Coro page states that it wears this disguise not only to avoid sunlight, but because it wants to be loved by people the way Pikachu is. Aww, he just wants to be loved, people. He just wants to be loved. While I don't think the last Pokemon to discuss will evolve, I could totally see this one having at least one more evolution, where it gives up on trying to be loved and now wears the imposing costume of a legendary Pokemon in order to be feared. Perhaps Mewtwo? As for its disguise ability, it's tough to speculate on this one because it brings to mind existing abilities. If I had to take a shot in the dark, I'd say that maybe it could have the effect of Substitute on first hit, and once you break the disguise, it reveals what it really looks like under the cloth. But who knows? So we got two new Pokemon in the trailer. But what else? Well, I'll tell you what else. We gotta look at more rideable Pokemon, more glimpses of different areas including new battle backgrounds, and removable hats confirmed! Although it seems like a small thing to be celebrating about, a lot of people really wanted this feature in X and Y, as it was one more way to customize your trainer the way you want them to be represented. I mean, I'm not much of a hat guy myself in real life, so I'll probably be taking advantage of it too. The final thing I want to talk about from the trailer is our first look at the wristband watches in action. We see the trainers strike a pose, and then their Pokemon unleash a huge elemental attack. A few things to note. We see yellow energy surrounding the trainer, and then that energy appears to be transferred to the Pokemon, allowing it to fire off the super special awesome attack. This could very well be related to, or the same type of transformation as Ash Greninja from the show. Notice that the energy that swirls around Greninja at the start of the transformation is yellow, and in the trailer for the upcoming episodes, we see Greninja throwing a new type of shuriken whose color scheme almost exactly matches the color of the energy that flows from the trainer to their Pokemon in our new trailer. I personally think that there will be at least 2 parts to this whole synchro evolution thing. A lesser form that can fire off a 5th hidden special attack or powered up version of an existing attack, and then the full orange transformation that can also then use the attack as seen with Ash Greninja. Well guys, those are my theories and analysis of the footage we got in the new trailer. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments, and I'd also like to know what you'd like to see me discuss before the next big chunk of information drops. Though, at the rate they're going now, we might not be waiting too long. Thanks for watching, and please thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Azure out.